There we go. So very small map for these two players to duke it out on.
Oh boy, yes, give us the aggression, Bobby. What was game one on Waterfall as well in the first series?
I feel like Waterfall might have been the second game.
Second game? Okay.
Maybe. As here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for DPG at Dragon Phoenix Gaming. This is Cure.
DPG. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Waterfall, we have his opponent, the South Korean Terran player representing Team NV. It is Bunny. Here we go, the rematch that we have all been waiting for. Cyril came out first in the group. Lambo, unfortunately, did come out last in Group D, and now we are here to find out who comes second. Which one? These lovely Korean Terran players.
Yeah, here we go. We are going to be starting things up with a double gas opening here from both players.
And so far, double gas openers. I guess, talking about the previous TvT that we casted, we did see that, I guess they both did kind of take some turns, but Akira was quite fond of these reacted Reaper Hellion openers. Did attempt to go for it 2 out of 3 games, maybe even 3 out of 3 games in that last series.
Puppy, give me a moment.
Oh, is your food there?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous the Macca's has arrived for Asher. When he comes back, we'll find out what he ordered. Exclamation mark menu pog in the chat if you want a beautiful link and not a code. If you remember, go to McFlurry. Maybe a milkshake? Maybe a burger? I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything today. I may be forced to order some Macca's of my own later. We'll see. As for the time being, we were talking about Kier's tendencies, and here it is once again, going for the Reaper first, into the Reactor, into Hellions as well. So a much more aggressive opener coming out from Kier. Bunny not going to be going for that whatsoever, going for something a little bit more defensive, a little bit more standard. Again, very reminiscent of the last series that we casted, so it looks like their tendencies have not changed here.
Puppy, Oreo's in the freezer.
Oh,
Put him away.
put him away. Lock him up, puppy. Lock him up.
He's not coming out.
Not until you're ready for him. Oh,
Yes.
what else did you get?
Chips and a chicken wrap.
Oh,
Yeah.
and a milkshake?
Nah.
Oh,
Chai latte.
you're an animal.
Animal. As here we go, we do see once again, pretty similar to the last couple games that we saw out of these players. Bunny going to be opting for a more defensive setup, and Cure going to be going heavily into the Reaper Hellion.
Yeah, and we'll see how this all leads into things, especially because I feel like Waterfall is a pretty common map to eventually get into two starport play. We've seen it quite often on a Waterfall, and we even saw it once in the previous series, so we'll see if we end up there again. As Cure, oh my god, he's even going for a medevac.
Yeah, so there we go. You're going to go for a very aggressive version of this opening. This is something that we've been seeing. Actually, Mario really likes this opening, where you go for 7 Reapers instead of the 5 and 4 Hellions, and you just elevate her up into the man.
Oh my god, and that's exactly what Kira is going to be going for. Bunny, of course, is being set up back at home. He's got his Widow Mine as well. He's got his Widow Mine on top of the ramp. He's got his Hellions. He's got a Cyclone. He has the tools to defend, but oh, Bunny is actually in the midst of moving out.
Yeah, Bunny looking like he's setting up maybe to take a 3rd base here. I'm not really sure what these units are moving around trying to find. I guess he's just going through all the different possibilities in his head, maybe worried about a tank drop or something like that on the low ground, and he does manage to kind of mind game himself out of position here.
Oh my god, he is halfway across the map as we do see Kira just diving on into the main base. Auto turret gets thrown down, but that's going to go down immediately. We do have a tank, but Kira dives on top of it.
Yeah, there we go. Bunny going to be turning back as well. All these SCVs lining up on top of these tanks. And it's so many of them going to be going down. We do see that tank going to be going down finally as well. These Reapers should be cleaned up with that lock-on the medevac, but not before they take down a few more units, a few more SCVs as well.
Yeah, looking at the units lost tab here, as we do not have WCS Game Hard, 10 SCVs went down. Not just 10 workers, also the Marines, also the tank.
Yeah, fantastic timing there by Cure. Getting a little bit lucky that Bunny was moving out across the map, and just a nice way to mix things up in this series. Finds himself with a very nice lead. Bunny going to be throwing down his third on location just to try to deal with how far behind he is and try to get himself back into the game in that way.
Yeah, it is a way to come back. It's a risky move, but risks are something that we need to be taking here in the position of Bunny. We do see him going for a bit of a counterattack. Reaper does slip into the main base. It looks like it's going to be able to delay the third CC of Cure at least a little bit. Looks like he can maybe even get a kill on this depot, so whatever little damage he can get, you know, it's something.
He gave up on the vision there, so the depot is on fire, but not quite going to go down just yet. Cure is going to be able to repair that. We do have a mine out in the middle of the map, and Bunny looking to put on a little bit of aggression with his Ravens now.
Yeah, he's moving out with his Ravens. His tank is slackbone what little he has. A little bit ambitious. He may just be looking to threaten and maybe just try to slow down any kind of push, but with the power of these Ravens, he can go for the disables. But same can be said for Cure.
Yeah, there we go. Cure setting up on top of this ramp here, so gonna be pretty hard for Bunny to get anything done right now.
Oh, exactly. I mean, Bunny, he's, again, just containing his opponent here. He's going to be able to siege up and cover that ramp. Has his Vikings as well to punish the Ravens if they edge on ever too close, but Curie's going for it.
Yeah, going to be dropping that disable. Bunny gets straight on out of there. We do see a lock-on on the Raven. The Raven just surviving on a tiny bit of health. Gets its turrets down as well. With pretty good trades from Cure. Nice pullback just in time there. Bunny going to keep going though.
Bunny may be overextending here. He's going to throw away his Viking lead. Barely has enough to keep Cure at bay, but does lose a lot in the process.
Yeah, Bunny getting a little bit too adventurous there. Maybe realizing that he did just have to get the damage there. Does have a Liberator on the way, but without that Viking lead anymore, it's going to be hard to leverage that.
Oh, it really will, as at the moment Cure is able to just barely take that Viking lead by a couple of moments, now with 4 compared to the 2. We just see the third base is finally being taken. Bunny already has his own up and running, is trying to saturate it as we speak, so he has a little bit of an advantage here as Bunny is rotating over to try and punish the third of Cure.
Yeah, there we go. But Cure getting that third up and mining. Got a lot of workers there already. Does get caught out of position.
Forces the cancel, forces the lift up, so this is not bad damage whatsoever from Bunny. He's still behind in the workers. We can see he's down 10 SCVs, but he's slowly been trying to catch them up. We do see the Liberator slipping into the main base, actually getting 5 SCV kills.
Yeah, nice little adaptation there, realizing that he didn't have the air advantage anymore. Still gets some good use out of that Liberator.
Yeah, and he's slowly just closing that worker gap. We do see Bunny again just hyper aggressive. He's once again trying to find whatever value he can. He's the first to siege up here. Isn't in range of anything quite yet, but is covering kind of this area between the natural and the third.
Yeah, he is just slowly starting to squeeze himself into an awkward position. Unfortunately, losing a tank there for free.
Oh my god, yeah, he has to be careful about his rally. He does bleed out a couple of units, forced to unsiege, forced to back on up. But again, it looks like he has been able to recover. We do see a bit of an upgrade timing here, though, from Cure. 1-1 is about to finish up.
Yeah, Cure is going to be sneaking a drop out around the outside of the map as well, so we'll be able to have enough units at home to keep himself safe while putting on a little bit of pressure. Bunny is going to back off, is going to maybe look to solidify his position before he goes to another push.
Exactly. We see the sensor tower finishing up. We do see a spotter depot as well on the right hand side, just in case a drop does slip on in. Hasn't invested into any turrets yet. He's going to be relying a lot on his vision, a lot on his reaction time.
Yeah, and Bunny hasn't stopped making Vikings here, so he's going very heavily into air here. Maybe going to look to get back into the game that way. As oh, we do see nice trade with the Vikings there.
Yeah, he snipes 2 of those Vikings, but at the same time we have a Marine run by here at the natural and a drop into the main base. Bunny's being pulled apart, and unfortunately because of his Vikings being out of position, he can't really punish these medevacs.
Yeah, these Marines are getting a lot of damage here. Will eventually get cleaned up. We do have these Vikings threatening to land in that main, but there's enough Marines here for Cure to deal with that.
Yeah, at the same time, the drop in the main base, it looks like it's finally going to be cleaned up, but a lot of damage was done. 20 SCVs just went down.
Ooh, yeah, if Bunny was not behind an all-in before, he sure is now. We do see that Armory immediately gets cancelled. He realizes he has to just go for it right here, right now. Does have a lot of Vikings, might be able to land those to get a bit of damage that way, but Cure's defensive setup is really nice here with the tanks.
With the tanks, with the sensor towers just now finishing up as well to get an eye on any kind of drop play or any kind of army movements. We do see Cure rotating over towards the left-hand side, so the armies are kind of missing each other a little bit. Bunny may be able to find his way in towards the natural of Cure.
Yeah, there we go. The scan does go down. He realizes these tanks are a little bit out of position. He's going to need to jump on those as soon as he can. Does siege up in position as well. A lot of Vikings here for Cure, and Bunny not overwhelmingly winning the airfight despite having so many more Vikings right now.
Yeah, and Cure is so confident in his abilities to defend. He goes for another Marine run by. Ooh, is going to run into a wall of reinforcements, so this run by isn't going to deal anywhere near as much damage as the last.
Yeah, well-placed tank there by Bunny. Should just be able to trade out with these units here.
Exactly. So solid defense from Bunny, but we need more than just a defense. We need more than just maintaining what we have. We need to get ahead in some way. He still lost a lot of workers. We do see two liberators rocking up on the front lines.
Yeah, the Liberators have arrived, so we do see at the point of those massive Vikings here, Cure going to have to stim forward, try to take that out, but the tanks do cover it.
Oh, tanks do cover it, but both Liberators go down. Bunny, a little bit careless with his Viking positioning, isn't able to protect his libs from the inferior Viking counts of Cure.
Yeah, and this is starting to look like a pretty dire situation for Bunny. He's very far behind in the SEV count. We do see he has a pretty good amount of army back at home, just trying to defend here from a counterattack, it looks like, as he tries to progress this push on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and here we go. Cure just dives on in, and it looks like Cure has been able to overtake, or at least have a relatively similar Viking count, and any kind of lead that Bunny once had earlier, it's gone.
Yeah, there we go. Bunny is just going to be pumping out medevacs now instead of those Vikings. Cure being a little bit cheeky there as well. Actually gets the siege on top of one of those tanks.
Yeah, at the same time on the left-hand side, the fourth base of Cure gets sniped out of the sky from these Marines. So very nicely done here by Bunny, keeping the economy in check of Cure, at least maintaining it here on 3 bases. But Cure is close to maxing out. He still has a pretty massive army.
Yeah, there we go. And Bunny realizes he just doesn't have enough on this right-hand side to progress this position. Might just have to put everything together and go for a big push, but Cure is just too solid defensively here.
Yeah, just a little bit too solid. I'm waiting for the moment where he decides to pull the trigger. I'm waiting for that counter attack. It looks like on the left-hand side, he's going to be going for it. He's scanning ahead of time just to make sure he doesn't run into anything. Meanwhile, Bunny is respecting this. He unsieges and he's rotating back over.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to be wrapping around, but Cure might be able to outposition him. He has found himself on the left without really being found. So if there's enough tanks at home just to hold this position where it looks like there are, this counterattack is going to be a massive problem.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to force Bunny all in. I mean, he was already all in, but he's going to force him even more all in as Cure, he sieges on up, and he's going to be able to break into the natural.
Yeah, Bunny running back. GG is called. He realizes there's nothing he can do about these Marines. The tanks cut off the ramp. And GG. Cure takes game 1.
GG, well played Cure with some great phenomenal drop play early on, able to get a pretty strong, powerful lead and hold on to that lead all throughout. Bunny was going for some cheeky moves. He was trying to do what he could to come back in that game, but yeah, it was quite rough to see him lose as many workers as he did.
Yeah, I mean, from that opening, he was pretty doomed. He did a lot to try to get back into it, but Cure just a little bit too good. These players a little bit too evenly matched for something like a 10 SCV difference in the early game to be able to be overcome.
Yeah, it's very cutthroat here in this TvT, and oh boy, we'll see who can come out here in game number 2. Can Bunny bring it back? Can we go all the way to an ace match?
Ace match.
Oh. What's in the wrap, Poppy?
Chick.
Wanna eat
Yeah.
through you.
Oh, I want to eat through me too. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map for Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG, this is Cure.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have his opponent, South Korean Terran player representing Team NV. Currently down in this series, it is Bunny.
Bonjour.
The Bunjwa.
As we do see Cure once again going to be going for the gas first. I do believe it was him that went for it the first time. I have no idea. I'm going to say it was.
The heats, the matches, it's all blending together, Papi. But
These
yeah.
Terrans are all the same.
They're all the same. We've casted this matchup before.
Sure.
We have. So yeah, let's go for the gas first here. Yes, I do want to agree with you. I believe that did happen in the previous series. I think it was in the first game between
Yes,
Kieran.
it was definitely the first game, yeah.
Yeah.
It was this map too. And Q was in the top left.
It was. Yeah.
Or whoever it was in the top left.
There you go.
Yeah.
We remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
As here we go, it is looking like Cure just going to go for that fast Reaper Hellion once again. So I was maybe speculating that he might be going for a one base all in, but it seemed like he was mainly doing it just to get a faster 2 Reaper 1 Hellion timing on Bunny. Bunny scouting that once again. I would be surprised if he throws down a reactor behind this Reaper.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. We'll see what his response is. Honestly, if you remember, I believe the same thing happened in the last series where Bunny did go for a worker scout as well, was able to confirm what Kira was going for and did kind of force a different reaction out of him. Like, it took a while for Kira to finally get into his proper build.
Yeah, well, there we go. We do see that first Reaper coming out. It is not going to be a reactor coming out from Bunny, so doesn't want to make the same mistake as that last game, and he's going to be sending this Reaper straight across the map, actually dodging the Reaper of Bunny, and both of them are going to be trading out SCVs here.
Yeah, I mean, the SCV of Cure actually survives. Did take a couple of hits, but his CC is going to be a little bit delayed on both ends. Is going to be kind of evening things up a little bit here, as, of course, the building SCV was killed. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a skirmish in the middle of the map. Up.
Yeah, looks like they're just trying to wrap around, get this around on these units. Nice grenade there from Bunny. Is going to protect that very low health Reaper. Just needs to buy himself enough time to get that healed back up, and he does have the Hellion waiting at home.
Oh, yeah, they both kind of bounced off each other. There was a close moment there where Cure and also Bunny almost lost their own Reapers, but in the end, no one lost anything.
Yeah. Everyone's happy.
Everyone is chappy. As we're just getting into our 1-1-1s here, of course we do see Cure once again going into his add-ons, but not investing too heavily into any kind of massive mass Reaper play.
Yeah, actually only making the 2 Reapers on the 1 Hellion, going into a very fast Cyclone, and behind this Bunny actually continuing to make Reapers and Hellions, so going up to 4 Reapers, 3 Hellions. A little bit unusual to do that just off the no add-on setup, but yeah, Cure gonna get a fantastic fight here. A lot of damage coming out from that Cyclone.
Jesus, two Hellions went down immediately here for Bunny. We do see him using these side blockers, so he's able to fight back, take down one of those Reapers. Can't really contend too hard against his Cyclone as another Hellion goes down.
Yeah, he does break the lock on him. Looks like Bunny just doing whatever he can to trade out units here. Trades out all the Reapers and Hellions, trades out a lot of those Marines as well, but does he have an answer for this Cyclone?
That's the question, as the Cyclone is moving out across the map. What do we have at home to defend? We have 1 Reaper, and in a couple of seconds we will have a Cyclone as well, but in those seconds it looks like a worker is going to be taken out. Oh no. Oh no. No, Asher! Come back! Oh god!
Oh, I'm back.
I lost you, Papi. I lost you. As we do see the Cyclone coming out just in time here. It looks like here is gonna be forced back, but I spoke too soon because the medevac works up.
Yeah, Medevac rocks up here with a second Cyclone. We are going to be getting that double lock on there. Bunny actually managing to save his units. Really nice block with the SCVs there.
Very nice block with the SCVs, but very nice micro with the Medevac as well, saving those Cyclones from the lock-ons. Able to save both of them in the end.
Insane micro coming out from Kira. I didn't even realize that he saved those Cyclones. Looks like the turret might be going down. That is going to threaten this Medevac here, but the Medevac gets out. The Marines are cleaned up, but not before they can take down a few more of these SCVs. And Kira really dancing on the edge of danger right now.
Yeah, he be dancing. Oh my god, he goes a little bit too close. He dances in the moonlight. He loses both his Cyclones and his Medevac.
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy.
Ambitious.
Crazy like a fox.
Oh, a fox?
Crazy like a puppy.
He's crazy, Poppy. I mean, a great back and forth between our two players here. At the end of all things, Cure is slightly ahead in the workers as he was able to get some SCV kills. We do see both players getting their third CCs on location. And, mate, do you see what I see in the natural of Cure?
It's a starport.
Oh, we see it this time. We know. But
yeah, there we go. So Cure just sitting out in the middle of the map for a little while with those units, just trying to make sure the Bunny doesn't get that siege position set up across the map behind this. Bunny going for a very standard build. He is quite a bit further ahead on his third because he's not going for that extra starport. He is going to get this Raven too.
Ooh, very nicely done. The Raven is going to be going down. Not before the auto turret picks up a couple of those workers though. So once again, Bunny hurting in the overall SCV count. But he can make up for that with a faster third CC, with the worker production, with the mule production as well. He is looking to recover, but he has to get eyes on the fact that Kira is going for that 2-port build.
Yeah, I believe it was actually Bunny on this map in that first game that was able to keep 3 Ravens alive for most of the game. So funny to see Cure losing his Ravens to Bunny once again.
Oh, yeah. Deja vu, Papi. As even once again, the second Raven of Cure gets across the map and we see a Cyclone in position, so Cure has to be very careful here with his Raven movement. Doesn't want to be too careless with them as they are very high value units. Meanwhile, the Viking count continues to get higher and higher. 2 more racks is thrown down here in the pocket base.
Yeah, there we go. So just going up into that count. Looks like Bunny a little bit slow to respond to this turret as well. We'll be losing quite a few of these SCVs. Almost loses the Cyclone as well. A second turret going to be going down in that back base of Bunny here. And he is taking quite a bit of damage to that Raven. The Vikings should be able to clean that up. Not quite.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna try and hunt this down at the same time as the Vikings are being distracted by the Raven. Cure, he's pushing through the center of the map. He's up to 6 Vikings as opposed to the 2 of Bunny.
Yeah, if these can siege up on the low ground, it's going to be a very threatening position here. But Bunny already set up for it. And Cure going to have to be careful how far forward he ventures with these tanks.
Oh, he takes the tank shot to the face. He's a little bit slow to siege up. But you see the disables on the tanks?
Yeah, great disables there. Looks like all these Ravens going to be going down.
Ooh.
Not that many turrets being spammed out here, but Bunny here is going to throw down that scan. He is going to get those tank shots that he needs, and he has averted disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Basically resets the tank count of Cure. Sure, we've got the Vikings, but what are the Vikings really going to do? We see Cure trying to dive on in, but he's going to be punished here a little bit by some of these reinforcements.
Yeah, these Vikings are going to be able to get on out of there. Looks like the Raven dipping in there once again. I do think that last Raven did go down. So yeah, there we go. We do see no Ravens left for either player. And at the end of things, Cure with a very slight SCV lead.
Yeah, he's got a slight SCV lead. He still has double the Viking count of Bunny. So he's able to maintain that lead. He didn't throw away his Vikings earlier. His tank count as much to be desired. We saw him lose a lot earlier and he hasn't been able to really recover that. So because of that, Bunny should be able to defend, should be able to hold on as he takes his 4th on location.
Yeah, there we go. 4th going to be going down for both players on location. We do see that sensor tower being started up. A lot of map vision being sent out for Cure as well. Just trying to make sure that he's going to be okay here. Bunny going to be walking around with these double drop Marines, just trying to clear up any of that map vision there for Cure.
Yeah, we see a lot of Marines fanned out, but they are going to be cleaned up here by Bunny, just keeping Cure a little bit in the dark when it comes to any kind of major move outs, when it comes to any kind of drop play, as Bunny loads up 2 medevacs, is going to try and slip past, but Cure has a pretty nicely positioned missile turret.
Yeah, nice little move there from Cure. We do see a lot of players going for either missile turrets or depots over in those corners just to keep an eye on things. So nice move there. Might be paying off now already.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god, takes out the medevac.
Yeah, medevac is going to be going down. Nice moves by Cure just to find this drop over here.
Oh my god, exactly. The turret on its own taking it down. At the same time, Bunny comes in with a double drop on the left-hand side, but he runs into a wall of tanks, so he won't be able to pull Cure apart as Bunny is forced back.
Yeah, and there we go. We do see Cure just moving out with this bunch of Marines here. Hunts down that drop of Cure, and Bunny back and Bunny back at home. He has a lot of tanks spread over here to deal with this fourth. With so many tanks holding this position down, he might be looking to get a bit aggressive with those Marines out on the map.
Oh yeah, he's trying to find a way in. It looks like he's moving out a double drop. It actually comes 2 ships pass in the night. It actually comes across a single drop of Cure.
Yeah, there we go. So they do find each other out there. The Vikings are going to be pushing this back a little bit, but 2 players kind of cancel each other out there. We do see it's actually going to be an orbital at the fourth here for Cure, so a little bit more vulnerable.
A little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more greedy. Here we go. Bunny is on siege. He's moving across the map with his massive tank lead, with his massive tank count. He's diving on top of the army.
Yeah, there we go. Diving right on top of the army there. Is going to be getting a pretty good fight, but starting to run into those tanks a little bit. Bunny does have a good position here. He has a lot more tanks too. This is where things can get very dangerous. Only a few Marines making it into the main there, so not going to be able to pull apart Cure that way, but I am a little bit worried here for Cure.
I am as well. I mean, the tank count is insane for Bunny. I'm waiting for maybe a way to kind of flex these Vikings and maybe even try and land on top of the tanks, but we know that that can be a really risky move, especially because reinforcements are coming up. Bunny is getting more Marines here to help support these tanks.
Yeah, looks like Cure instead going to opt for some Liberators to try to clear out this position, but Bunny realizes there is not that many tanks here. He's going to force himself into this position, sieges forward aggressively.
Yeah, Cure was very slow to respond here. Going to be losing 2 more of these tanks, a lot more of these Marines as well, and this position is being compromised.
Yeah, Bunny just trying to force his way in with this higher tank count. We do see as well, Cure is starting to transition into Ravens behind this, so Bunny's on a timer. He doesn't have an air transition behind this like Cure does.
Exactly, he has to try and break on through before the Ravens come out, before more Liberators come out as well. So far, Q is doing a great job with these 2 libs. Oh, does force Marines forward. It looks like 1 lib is going to go down. Both libs go down.
Yeah, both libs going down. A lot of those Marines being taken out, though. Those are the fodder to try to get these tanks forward.
Oh, exactly, and we'll see if Bunny can break on through here. He's still having a hard time gaining ground. It looks like Cure is looking to try and expand here on the left-hand side. He is going to try and land that CC as it burns away. Bunny, still no major air transition.
Yeah, very awkward position here for Bunny, where he does have this really good tank count, but feels like he's just fallen behind in the Marines, and he doesn't have this air transition. Looks like Cure's going to try to jump on top of this with his huge Marine count, but Bunny a little bit too fast for that.
Yeah, he's able to rotate on over. We just see a stim on forward. He takes down 1 tank for free.
Yeah, that tank is going to be going down. Once again, threatening to jive in through that center area. Just keeping Cure very busy with these constant rotations. Cure is starting to get his base up to the bottom left-hand corner, and Bunny still doesn't have a 5th yet.
Yeah, despite having all this map control, Bunny, he's not really taking full advantage of it. Meanwhile, here we go. He's stimming on forward into this tank line.
Oh, and the Marines get absolutely decimated. Marines of Cure are going to be going down as well, but there's just not enough support here to deal with the Liberator.
Oh, yeah, the Liberator holds the line here. Bunny coming back up the ramp. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but here we go. He's looking to go back in again.
I love that absolutely crazy move. The last thing Cure is expecting, but Cure looks like he's got the same tank count. He has the vision advantage as well. Bunny doesn't have a scan, it doesn't look like.
Oh, no scans available here. We do see the Liberator coming out again, forcing the Unsiege, and that massive tank lead that we had earlier is now in favor of Cure.
Yeah, really solid defense coming out from Cure is just holding this position down. We do see the Liberator going to be moving on over, trying to push out these tanks, and Bunny's really all in with this. He went up to 8 racks. He doesn't have a 5th CC on the way. It really does feel like he was trying to force the game to end here, maybe realizing that Cure had that air transition. Here we go. Cure going to be pushing forward.
Yeah, he's going to try and push on forward, try to break this tank line. So far, he's unable to do so. Bunny is backing off. His Marines are pretty far back as well. One tank is going to be going down to this auto turret. And the position that Bunny once had, he's forced to give it up.
Yeah, Bunny's in such an awkward spot here. He's put himself so all in here. He needs to get damage. Maybe just realizing that he doesn't have that air transition and he doesn't want to go into it from behind. Just wanted to end the game here, but he's not been able to do so.
Yeah, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Cure. He is now maxed out. We do see Bunny trying to outposition Cure a little bit. He does take down the sensor tower. At the same time, Double Drop gets sniped before it gets into the pocket base of Cure.
Yeah, Cure's been so good with his Viking positioning here to split off a few of those there. He's going to run forward with these Marines. The Liberator has to go down, but we're going to be losing every single Marine to get that done. And we just have no way to win now. Bunny GG's out, and Cure takes the 2-0 victory.
Wow, GG, well played. Cure takes it 2-0 and advances second in Group D. Oh.
GG.
Wow. Again, we had a really close initial series between these two players, and this one as well. Like, I want to say that Bunny had a pretty solid position and a pretty solid lead, but we saw his just his inability, or just he refused to transition. He refused to expand and take another base and throw down more starports, despite having so much map control here in his favor.
Yeah, exactly. So Cure going to be going for the more safe, more defensive play, and it does get the win in the end. Very solid couple games out of Cure.
Oh my god. Yeah, very solid play there. GG, well played. Cure, he's able to advance on alongside Cyril. Meanwhile, I believe both Lambo and Bunny were knocked down into the knockout brackets. So that is how they ended up there. Of course, we were able to cast some of those games between Bunny and Mia Micah last week, so that's kind of how that ended up transpiring. But yeah, really solid games tonight.
Yeah, definitely very solid games, and really exciting games, especially in the TvT. The games between Bunny and Cyril were really sick.
Oh yeah. Bunny versus Cyril was intense. Lambo versus Cure as well, with all that mech. Smooch.
Yeah.
Smooch, puppy, smooch. Even the ZVZ at the start of the night was really dynamic as well. You know, not your typical slow Roach versus Roach. No, we saw a lot of timing attacks. We saw a lot of all-ins. We saw a lot of muta play as well. Really a great day of StarCraft.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with that, GG, well played to all of the players that played tonight, and yeah, I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves. Just to reiterate, and again, like a reason why some of these games didn't even have WCS Game Heart. This is a replay cast, obviously, but this group was not casted in English. This group was not covered by the main stream or the B stream or the C stream or the D stream when Atlanta was running. A lot of matches, I think I said this before in previous weeks, but the majority of games played at DreamHack Atlanta weren't even casted. They weren't even broadcasted. So that's why we've been doing our best to have as many of these replay casts as possible, just so, you know, we can get eyes on matches that deserve to be broadcasted to the public. And I mean, we saw it here tonight. A lot of really great games. They weren't previously seen, unless of course you yourself hunted them down and looked at the replays yourself, or watched some of the other language streamers.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just glad we could show some of these games, because they're really good games and the highest level of games as well.
Yeah, they were really good. Oh my god. So yeah, that was great. Meanwhile, we do have plans to have more of these. There are a couple of other groups that we plan to cover. I believe one of them is going to be Group G. We're going to be covering Group G. We're going to be covering Group F, and we're going to be covering Group H as well. So we have 3 more groups that we're going to be casting over the course of the next couple of weeks. So we're going to be doing our best to kind of bring you that coverage. Oh, and yeah, the StarCraft, it doesn't end, Papi. Even in the New Year's, we're going to be casting.
Never stop casting.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah.
Or you'll die.
I will. It's the only thing keeping me up, Papi. It's keeping me erect. As we do see,
Whoa.
our next cast is going to be tomorrow. Not myself and Asher, but I will be casting with Yaku of the Zaku. ESL Open Cups have been running these past couple of weeks, but they haven't had the most coverage. The reason for it, this weekend, ESL Open Cup Asia was on Christmas Day. So there wasn't a lot of casters, and there weren't a lot of viewers as well. Likewise, the week before that was actually on the same day as Home Story Cup. So yeah, they didn't really get those 2 weeks of ESL Open Cups didn't really get the love and support that they deserved. So we're going to be doing some replay casts. I'm going to be doing that with Yaku. So look forward to that tomorrow. I believe we're going to be casting the replays of ESL Open Cup Asia 154.
There wasn't enough to cast, so you had to hunt some more down. Had 'em.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. So we have a couple of replay casts ahead of us, both tomorrow and Thursday. But if you want some live coverage, Friday night, Asher, New Year's Eve, World Team League.
Oh, that's a bit sad.
I mean, I asked you if you were free. I literally asked you.
Yeah,
And
I am.
You're like,
I am
yeah.
too. I'm just a bit sad about it.
We can spend New Year's together, Papi. We can watch the ball drop, Papi. We can watch it drop.
Count it down.
We can count it down.
We'll drop the balls.
Yeah. Balls will be dropped. New Year's Eve, be here if you aren't going to be going out at a party. Or you know what? Even if you're at a party, just have them tune into World Team League.
Yeah, turn it on.
Turn it on. Just turn it on. So that is going to be our plans for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, as World Team League was rescheduled to this weekend. It's a little bit unfortunate that it is going to be going over New Year's, but the World Team League guys are in a bit of a rough position just because they have so much to schedule and they have to pack it into such a compressed period of time. So.
There we go. That'd be fine. I probably wasn't going to be doing anything anyway.
Yeah, no, we're going to be doing stuff together, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. All sorts of stuff.
We're going to get involved with the chat as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Again, our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. So we're going to have 3 to 5 days straight of casting StarCraft. And yeah, it won't be the same without you. So make sure you're there.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for that. We'll never stop casting, ever. So just check on him, see if he's okay.
I haven't eaten today, Papa. I need food. So yes, with that, Asher, why don't you let the people know a little bit more about yourself? Where can they find you while this hot Australian summer while you're melting away?
In my room. But knock first. And you can also find me on Twitch TV /AsherBro.
There you go. Exclamation mark. AsherBro
Oh my God,
in the
you're an
chat.
But if I am getting changed, you don't have to knock. I'll just open the door and invite you in. Like Cure, Poppy.
Just like Cure, he'll let you in, Poppy. Go find Asher somewhere in Melbourne. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP as well. I stream throughout the week. I usually do. I was streaming yesterday, but maybe not this week just because we have so much casting to do and I don't want to ruin my voice as I scream and yell and cry on the ladder.
You don't want to ruin your spirits.
Oh, I really don't. I don't want to smooge before the cast, Buffy. I don't want to smooge. But yeah, so you can follow me there if you're interested in some of my solo content. Otherwise, follow us on the CranKy Ducklings, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We're all over the social medias. We have a YouTube channel if you want to tune into some of the VODs. We upload every single one of our VODs and they are published on a daily basis, so you can check them out there. And again, we'll be live tomorrow evening as well. Asher, do you have anything you want to add before we head off for the night?
No.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.